Hi everyone. Aloha Friday. How is everyone? How are you? How are you? How are you? I hope everyone's having a really good week. And I've had an excellent week actually. Just it went by too fast, but it's been excellent other than so I hope everybody's good. Tell me what's going on with you guys. Hi Cassandra. I'll show you guys what I've been working on. Got a kind of a mess going on here. Hi Cheryl. How is everyone? How are you guys? Is the sound good? I can't tell. So I hope you guys are good. And all you lurkers out there, say hey. So I have been making all kinds of stuff. I've done a couple of video hops and some things like that, which I always love. You know, I don't know about you guys if you've ever participated in any of them. They're really fun. You know, sometimes, I mean, it always seems, in my world, it always seems like a good idea. And then when I actually get down to doing it, I'm like, oh no, why did I say yes? Does that ever happen to any of you guys? So I'll show you a couple things I made for my video hop, and then I'll show you what I've been working on. I've been working using some painty papers and some security envelopes and making, the sound is good? Oh, good. I've been working on using painty papers and security envelopes, which if you're new, if you guys are new, you know I love the patterns of security envelopes. Hi, Gail. How are you? I have been making all kinds of cool stuff. So I've been trying to get together and make some Christmas ornaments and different things like that. And that's what's been going on with me. Tell me what's going on with you guys. What's the weather like on the East Coast, Miss Cassandra? What is the weather like? Are you guys good? How many, were any of you guys in the hurricane? I hope not. So these are some painty papers that I made, and I've been using them in my projects. So I'll show you. Did any of you guys get to see the video hop that we did? It was good. It turned out really good. We did a Day of the Dead, Dias de los Muertos, video hop, and I made this journal, or I started making the cover for the journal. I have the pages. I've done some dyeing, but here are the spine part of it is painty papers. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Amanda. You've been working on ATCs? Today's chilly, Cassandra? Ooh. I have to say my very favorite times in New York were always spring and fall. So some of those painting papers that you guys see me make, especially the ones on magazine pages, that's what I glued for the spine of this book. And the book, I made the covers made from recycled plastic. You know, the packaging that you get. I had a big piece here, but I don't know where it is now. But recycled packaging. So I did some reverse painting, which is fun, and that's what I did for the video hop for Dios de los Muertos, and I really enjoyed it. I had a really fun time doing it. This is my other book that I'm in process making, and then I'm gonna fill the pages. I think I'm gonna put make one of them an art journal and make the other one just a just a glue book. You saw the video hop? It was fun. It was really fun. But you know, it's like sometimes you just overcommit. Are any of you guys guilty of that? I'm so guilty of the overcommitment. I'm totally guilty. So I'll show you what I'm working on. Oh, see, I have some more recycled plastic going on. This is just my glue page, like what I'm going to use for, gluing, I use it as the glue part, to the back stuff, before you throw it out when you use it all up. Anyway, this is what I've been working on. I've been making these Christmas ornaments, or you could use them as medallions in the center, greeting cards or whatever, but I want you to see these are made from painty papers. Hi, Linda. Hi, Jane. Hi, Anne. Happy to see you guys. So this one has a paper napkin on the back, and one side was a magazine painty paper, and it's double-sided. And then this one I did painty papers, and the back side was They're so easy, Cassandra. You can make them with your kids at school. The back side is security envelopes. So you need a piece of two-sided paper if you want the contrast, right? And then these I just did, and you need a circle punch or some way to draw some circles. And then these I just did are just one-sided. I haven't done the other side yet. And they are just magazine pages, magazine paper, Painty Papers magazines. Hey, Amanda, how's it going? So these are so fun to make. And I hope you, I mean, these would be great for on greeting cards, or I don't know. You could use them for anything. But you know, I try to do one recycled Christmas ornament or one paper ornament every year. One year I did birds. Last year I did like Christmas balls. Okay, let me just put the disclaimer and the warning out there. It's addictive. Oh, you guys. Thanks, Lynn. You're so sweet. All right, all you lurkers, say hey. Okay, so that's what we're going to work on. This is what I'm going to work on tonight. So if you guys want to join me, these are the painting magazine pages that I made either last week or I don't know. And I think I'm going to do the paper napkin one, and then, because I have those. How many of you guys get, you know, you have these paper napkins and you love them, but they're, you know, you've used them on a couple of journals and you're just like, okay, what am I going to do with it next? So did you guys see, there was a couple of video helps this week, and one of them was about, you know, found art, and that was from APG Jamie. Did you guys go over and check it out? It's so awesome. I always love her. She's so inspiring. So tell me what's going on in your world, you guys. Tell me what's going on in your world. Are you guys all like, was anybody in the hurricane? Was anybody near the area, the Florida area where the hurricane was? Hi, Malia. Hi, Julia. Where are those thumbs, Lynn? Oh, you guys are so funny. So you guys, yeah, it's fall here in Hawaii too, but not the same kind of weather you guys usually get. Warning, we save trash and make crafts. It's very addictive. It is. Yes. You did the wonderful art piece to be found. Oh my gosh. So I loved, you guys go over and check out APG Jamie's channel. She always does some very inspiring things. And I loved the video hop that she put together. You got a lot of rain and it flooded your fireplace. Ooh, and it leaked into your living room. Oh, that's horrible. Hi, Beth. Yeah, you know, Malia, I'm originally from Texas. And so, you know, for me, hurricane season, it was, you know, we grew up with it. Doesn't make it any easier, you know, but we grew up with having that sort of hurricane preparedness, but also, like, I hate to say that it desensitizes you, but it does in some ways, because, you know, you don't get attached to things like you would normally, I think, when you see, or when you lose things in those natural disasters. Like my family last year, I still have family that lives in that area, and they lost everything last year from that really bad torrential rain last time. So I'm just using glue stick. I find it works better when you're making this. But you guys use what you have, okay? Don't, you know, I'm a big proponent of use what you have. And I'm just putting down this paper napkin on the back. See, so it's going to be a two-sided piece of paper, and then I'll cut out my circles. And if you guys have a circle punch, it's much easier. If you don't, I have a die cutting machine, and I have actually a circle. I do have a circle punch, but I have a die cutting machine and an old Sizzix die, and I'll show it to you in just a minute, where you can, well, as you can see, paper napkins are a little persnickety and sensitive, so don't be as rough on them as I am. You had a big tree fall? Oh no. I'm sorry, Cheryl. That must, it's not good no matter what. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good no matter what. So you guys go over and check out the video hop, the Found Art video hop that APG did. She did it with a really eclectic group of artists, and they were all so cool. And then if you haven't checked out the one I did, mine's on the Day of the Dead, Dios de los Muertos, which is a really cool holiday. I think it's celebrated in most Latin American countries, and I think in some other, we talked about this last time in the last live stream, and other countries too, not just didn't you tell me All Saints Day is a similar thing, Lynn? All right, I'm going to add another piece. I'm going to cut off the little pieces, and I'm going to add the leftover little pieces to the bottom of my painty paper. What happened, Lynn? Oh, no. Oh, Lynn, I'm sorry. Your cousin lost his car to the hurricane? You had lots of trees going down. You know, one year, I never forget this. I must have been, I don't know, I was still in, I think I was, at the most, I must have been like in junior high school. We had a tornado come through, and it picked up this really old tree, a tree that was probably 40 or 50 years old, really big tree, and threw it into our house. And that was, I will never forget that. That was definitely, when you've had something like that happen, you definitely don't forget it. So I've been trying to, how many of you guys have been successfully arting every day? Yes, Lynn's saying many different cultures have ways of celebrating their ancestors during the fall. Very true. Very true. I used to live on the border of Texas and Mexico, and when I was a kid or younger, I remember them celebrating it for a whole month. Yes, Halloween is All Saints and Dios de los Muertos. Yes, I agree. You're trying to art each day too, Linda? Well, I am definitely attempting. I was doing really well until I had to take my little YouTube hiatus from all my company and everything. I was doing really good. I mean, I definitely journal every day. I may not be able to art journal as much as I'd like, but I definitely journal every day. And now I'm just trying to channel that energy into just being creative. How many of you find that is just like super helpful for you? Yeah, they have the Oban Festival here, Lynn, and they light off, send lanterns up in honor of those that have passed. Where I live in Hawaii. Hawaii has got a rich melting pot of lots of different cultures. It's very beautiful. I'm just going to take off another little piece because I'm going to, you guys, how many of you guys are addicted to painty papers? I love making painty papers, but I don't like to waste any of it, so I want to make sure that I use the last little bits of my bottom of my painty paper before I cut my circles. So I will tell you, if you want to do this, like I found for myself that I need a, I have the fan on in my room. For those of you that don't know, I had to move my art room. Now it's in a small corner in my bedroom, and there's a ceiling fan in here, and without it, it's so hot, so it blows everything around. Hi, baby Kennedy. You're waiting for your family to bring you back some McDonald's, so good for you. I didn't have dinner, but I had, my sweetheart, today's his day off, so he He makes really, I wouldn't say he's a fabulous cook. I would say he's a fabulous, like, he can make really great homemade pizza, and he makes really great sandwiches. So he made me one of his sandwiches, or as my kids call it, a shranget. Don't ask me why. So you just glue a little bit more down. So I've been definitely like focusing on just, you know, at least painting a little bit every day now, trying to get back into the swing of it. Painting, arting, journaling, doing something fun for myself, and just, you know, making sure that I get something done, you know, so I feel productive. That's what I've been up to. So I feel like I'm getting some me time in, right? Because the art part is for me. I guess I don't need this. I use this to, you know, glue papers down. So I didn't know if I was going to make any more, glue some more down, but I'm not a big that's also a good one to make flowers with. All right, so if you, after you need it, look, it doesn't have to be two-sided, but I think that the contrast of it looks a lot better. Like, the contrast looks better. You can see the contrast of it if you've done your two-sided papers. Okay, so you need, I did not create this process. This is an origami process, but I saw one of you guys, remember last year or the year before when I made some paper ornaments, one of you guys sent me the link to a channel on YouTube that made much nicer paper ornaments than I did, but sent me a link to a channel that made them, and they sent me a link to paper ornaments that she made, or paper tags is what she called them. And so that's where I got this idea, and that's from May Made It, and I love her. How many of you guys ever watch her? I don't get to watch her all the time, but I love her. So I'm going to use this die, and I'm going to cut out really big circles so that I can show you how to fold it. I'll show you my version of folding it, and after this live stream is done, I will go back and link the video of May's so you guys can go see her do it. Hers are really, you guys, hers are fancy. She makes hers out of beautiful, beautiful paper. Mine are just made out of, you see, made out of paper napkins. Okay, so I had already cut this circle. This is going to be the size of the circle that I'm going to cut, and because I'm doing mine in painted paper style, I want to just cut my thing in strips to put it through my die cutting machine. Because this paper's thin, you can put it through your die cutting machine. I'll show you. But you guys find your own way. If you have a punch, that works good too. And if you want to freehand cut them, you can as well. And I will tell you that you could make them even bigger, and they look really amazing, really big. So and if you have really nice scrapbook paper, use it. I'm not telling you not to use your scrapbook paper just because I like to use my recycled things. I'm not telling you not to make it out of scrapbook paper. So you need eight circles for each side, and you need a circle in the center and behind it. Now I'm using reclaimed cardboard, you know, like this was a stuffing box for my part for the inside. But I'll show you. And I'm sure you can use a glue gun, but you guys, I'm not a glue gun person. I mean, I do have a glue gun, but I'm not a, you know, there's some people that are really good at a glue gun. I'm not going to profess to be that. I think our Michelle Scott is really good at glue guns. My oldest daughter is a glue gun queen. Man, she can glue gun. Like, you can give her something and give her a glue gun, and she can replicate it in like 2 seconds. You watch May, Amanda? Isn't she awesome? I don't get to watch her much. But you guys, I've been really bad at watching my videos lately. I have not. I've been trying to keep up with Meridel Abrams. I love her so much. And she is the Mary Attier. And she does these really early mornings with Mary. And she is awesome. So try to watch her. It's really late at night here for me when she's on, but, you know, late at night, early in the morning. So let me see if I can get 2 out of this. I might be able to get 2. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. So I try to watch her. Try to watch Meridell. Of course, I watch our lovely Elizabeth Brewer, but I haven't, you guys, I've been so behind on my videos. I even missed Carla Cage Fish this week, and I love her. You guys know how much I love Carla Cage Fish. You get stuck in the rabbit hole of YouTube? Hey, Sherry. Well, you know, I think we all get stuck in the rabbit hole of YouTube sometimes. It is addictive, and sometimes, hi, Amby. Welcome, welcome. Have you guys been getting, I'm sorry, I got to plug in my computer before it dies. Have you guys been getting the notifications? Now they're giving you recommended live stream. They're giving you recommended live streams. But, of course, I'm getting, like, recommended for things that I would never watch. But but it's still, like, I think that's, like, a new thing on YouTube. Or maybe it should, you know, like where they recommend live streams. So I did get recommended to a crafting channel today, but I didn't get a chance to go. That was live. That I didn't get a chance to go watch. But I think that's I think that will improve everyone's live streaming for those that live stream. Improve the people who see you. All right, so what I'm gonna do for mine, and you know, if you had a punch, you could just punch all these out. I don't have a punch this big, and somebody's gonna ask me how big this one is. I don't really know, but I'll tell you. How about, I'll tell you right now. It is like it's a 1 3/4 inch circle. That's what this is, okay? You can do them bigger and it looks really good too. But I have a 2-inch circle punch somewhere, but where, I don't know. So this is my way to do it using a die cutting machine, but sometimes you probably get more if you do them, if you cut them out individually, you probably waste less. But, and you guys, I don't do anything perfect, so I don't want anybody to go, well, mine are never perfect, you guys, never. Nothing I do is ever perfect. So if this is, look, you could measure this, and if you use really thick cardstock scrapbooking paper, it'll be great. But you know what else? Cassandra, you know what I was thinking for your kids? For your kids is, what if you did their homework? Like, what if you took some project they did, some math worksheet or something, and had them color on one side and the math worksheet on the other, and they could make these ornaments, right? You can make them out of anything. I'm putting them through my die cutting machine. I have it right here next to me, my little Sizzix die cutting machine. And so I'm going to go ahead and punch out all, because you need 16 circles total, okay? You need 16 circles total. 8 for each side, and then you need 1 for the center. So the 17th one, like I mentioned, I've done, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, so I get 4. So let me just do it a little bit bigger so I don't mess it up. So the middle one, the one you're going to glue it all to like a base, I'm doing mine out of product packaging. And it is not hard. You guys, once you start doing it, and you can do it watching a television program. Okay? You can do it watching a TV program. You could do it, and if you had all your things to start before you you had all your bunch of your circles cut out, you could just take them with you and do it. Because you can do it with glue, regular glue, or glue stick. What are you talking about? I'm missing the combo. All right, all you lurkers, say hey. I see all of you guys in the chat. Guys, I can't really see who's here. I can just see if you chat. So just say hi. Why don't we? Oh, you guys, I have some sad news. Oh my gosh, I got a message from Dawn. Dawn in our Crafting Mamas group. You guys remember our friend from South Africa, Sarita? She was from Pretoria, South Africa. She's in our Facebook group, and she used to come to Crafting Mamas a lot last year. Well, she passed away, so I don't know if any of you guys are in contact with her. I don't have an address for her. I thought I did in my email because I know I've mailed her something, but I can't find it. I will try, and if I can find one, I'll try to get an address. Maybe we can all send her family condolence cards. Yeah, she was really sick, you guys. I can't remember what she had. I think she had a heart condition, and she was really not well. And so, but she loved crafting, and she loved hanging out with all of us, and she used to come to our live streams all the time, and she was a lot of fun. She was such a joy. So I will try and find her address, or if any of you guys have it, because I know last year she participated in a couple of the things that we did, the giveaways and swaps and stuff. Okay, so so tonight when we do our meditation, we'll include her in our, meditation. So I'm just going to take them apart. They're front and back. One side is a painted magazine page. The other side is that paper napkin. Now this one's a little thinner. Like the ones that I did where I glued it to security envelopes are much stiffer. These that are done on magazine pages with paper napkins are not as substantial. It doesn't really matter, but I'm just letting you know that it does make a difference sort of in the paper that her name was Sarita Venter. What are you talking about? Drama? Who's having drama? She was totally lovely. Yeah, Sarita from Pretoria, South Africa. Yeah, Dawn sent me a message. I was like, oh. And you know, the weird thing is I've been thinking about her. You know, I had really been thinking about her. She'd been on my mind. Yeah, well, I'll try to find her address so we can all send her something. Okay. Let me see if let me make one really big, let me cut out a big circle out of something so that I can, you know what, I'll do it I'll sacrifice a big piece of paper. Let me draw one really big circle so that I can show you guys. It's much easier if you can see it. It's much easier if you can see it really big. Okay. And then I'll do it small and show you, but I'll show you the fold on this really big piece because I think it's easier when you can see it. Now you don't have to have a straight edge, and I'm going to use a gift card for mine. I think maybe I use as either a bone folder or a ruler, okay? Sorry, guys. Charlie is going to bark and bark and bark on somebody's home. So, sorry, guys. Get the Charlie barking in the background. All right. So here, this is going to be the template, the sample to show you how to do the folding. Good night, Amby. Oh, what happens? Come anytime. Big hugs to you. You're always welcome. We're always back on Tuesday. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to fold your circle in four. So you want to fold it half this way and then open it up and fold it in half this way. Now this is just the template, you guys, okay? So you want to do that, okay? And you can see that it has like a cross in it. Thanks for coming by, Ambi. Big hugs to you. All right. So then what you want to do is take your straight edge or your ruler. I'm using my gift card, my Painty card. And you want to go from the point, here, let me see if I can draw it so you can see it. I have this ruler, but it's so big. So how many of you guys have been saving security envelopes? This is a great way to use your security envelopes. Security envelopes. Okay, I'm just drawing this so you can see it. Okay, so you see your cross. Okay, you want to take your straight edge. I'm taking my security card, my laundry card, and you want to put it from one edge to the other. And I'm just going to draw a line here so you can see it. Okay, so do you see this? The line, that's from that point to that point, from where that meets. And you want to fold it up. Okay, now you want to go to the next side and do the same thing. You don't need to draw these lines. I'm only showing you the lines so that you can see the fold. And then after I show you this way, I'll show you my cheater way. Okay, see how it's gonna look like this. Okay, so you've taken your circle, you've folded it in fours, and then you've gone from corner to corner and folded it up, and corner to corner and folded it up. And you don't need to draw these lines in there, okay? That's just so you see it. All right, then you're going to turn it over, and you see where that line is? It's in the center where you folded it, where you did the folds. You're going to fold it back on itself into the line, like a paper airplane. Okay? And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. And it's okay if it's not perfect. I don't want you to freak out if they're not perfect, because you don't really see it in the end. Okay? And that is a petal. All right? That is one petal. And then what I did was I took glue and glued it down, just a little bit on each side down at the bottom, but not totally, because I wanted it to have some depth. This is one petal. Okay? So now let me show you my cheater way. Okay, because you know me, I can't do anything. So I'm going to fold it on make my 4 folds, right? Now then what I do is I fold mine again in half. This is the cheater way. This was the proper way. Now this is the cheater way. Now the part that you want to see, like the part that you want to have in the middle, those are the parts that you want to fold back. So if you're like, see how I folded back the inside of the security envelope, and the security envelope part's going to show. So that's the only thing you need to know. So right now, the part that I'm going to fold back is going to be this inside color, lighter colored part. So it's going to look more like this. But if you did it the opposite way, it would look just a little different. So this is the cheater way. So I'm going to fold mine back, and then I'm going to fold it over like this so that I have my piece of pie, my quarter of a piece of pie. This is my cheater way. All right, and then I'm going to take mine and I'm going to fold it down like a paper airplane. Okay, but you definitely want to get it to the point. It doesn't have to be perfect, but... And then I'm going to do the other side. This is my cheater way without the card. Okay, so then I have my, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold it. I'm going to take my, this is the inside, right? I'm going to fold it back onto itself, find the center, and then the same thing again. So that's my cheater way without having to measure it. Okay, and then there's one petal. All right, now you need your card, because what you're going to do, and you're going to make, after we've made 8 of them, so I'm going to fold 8 of them, and then we'll glue them to that side. Hi, Liz. What did I miss? Hi, Debbie. You have snow flurries? Oh, no. Really? Where are you? Snow. It's crazy. Where are you guys? You having snow? Oh, I'm glad I'm not. You guys, I can't live in the snow anymore. All right. So I'm going to keep folding mine. Your air conditioner just kicked on? I don't even have air conditioning, you guys. You guys, there's no snow for you. Good. Now, the only thing you have to remember is you want to fold them the same direction so that you have the same flowers. So I'm gonna fold it where I'm gonna fold all mine to look like this. I am working on getting a new camera set up. And we're also gonna work on like moving my craft space, or no, Hadi and I were talking about it, rearranging my room so that I have more room until my kids leave. Until my kids leave again. So I'm making my paper airplane like I showed you, my cheater way. And then open it back up, and I'm gonna fold it back onto the fold inside to the center crease. And then there's petal number 2. Night, Cheryl. Big hugs. You guys, it hasn't gotten cold here yet. I mean, it doesn't get cold like you guys get cold, but it definitely gets cold enough for us to start wearing like long pants for us. And I mean, you guys would laugh. Hi, Roy. Aloha Friday to you. How was your crafty week? Did you have a good crafty week, I hope? Did you have a good crafty week? Did you get a lot of arting done? Or a lot of quilting done? So you need 8 per side. Now, if you don't want to make it double-sided, then just do 8. Then you would need 9 if you wanted to make it single-sided. You're working on a quilt? You did moderate crafting? I hear you. Hugs, Cheryl. Big hugs to you. Sending you so much love, Mama. You guys, Meridal Abrams is live now, and Stacy from Pink Poodle Crafters, if you guys are in part of her Patreon group, she's live tonight. I don't know who else is going live today. Guys, I'm falling down on my live streaming job. I used to know, but I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. What kind of quilt are you making, Roy? So how many of you guys are going to try these ornaments? They are fun. And you can do them with all kinds of papers that you've made and saved. But my favorite is Painty Papers. So, hey, Trace. How are you, Mama? Oh, I saw your most recent, I think it's your most recent installation, or when you were harvesting images for your abandoned books. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. I was gonna, you know what I found that I'm definitely gonna finish because I didn't finish it. How many of you guys did Janet's scavenger hunt book? I haven't finished mine. I found it. I still have some more stuff to glue in it, so I think I'm gonna get that out and finish it. It's been a week. You've had a week. You know, Trace, I have too, but the week's gone by incredibly fast. Like, I didn't get as much accomplished as I wanted to. You guys, I haven't made regular videos in so long that I was trying to make a regular video with a regular edited video, and I did some sort of software update to my computer, and I can't run that editing program. So it was like, anyway, it was one of those frustrating technology weeks. You did it and you finished it, Mitz? Well, I had stuff for every page, but I didn't finish it to the book still had, because I did mine in an altered book. So I'm going to work on mine. In my youngest one made us a list to do our own scavenger hunt, so I think I'll pass that along to you guys too. I have got a bunch of projects. I think one stream I'm just going to like try and work on all of that. I have so many projects, you guys. It's not funny. I'm adding too much to your to-do list? Oh, come on. Look, I was just thinking, because last year I did all those paper Christmas ornaments and paper things. I had to do one this year. And I'm so behind on my crafting, on my Christmas crafting at least. I mean, how many of you guys are behind? Usually by now I have like some really stuff. Bye, Julia. Big hugs. Usually by now I have like some of my gifts made. I don't have any, you guys. I have like very little. Very little. You guys only want to fold it back to the where the thing folds in half. You know, where the second line goes. Now, I made these smaller, and I had to, instead of using 8, I had to use 9 when I made them smaller. When I made the circles smaller, I had to use 9, and they aren't perfectly, they're not as perfectly symmetrical as these are, but it doesn't really matter because mine are made with painty paper, so it wasn't the end of the world. You started knitting projects? Oh. Trace, you're like so much better than me. You know, you guys, I don't know. Usually I'm much better. And my 20-year-old came today and she was like, asking me about some Christmas projects. I was like, I can't even think about that right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, one more. I said, I can't even think about that right now. She wanted me to give her some ideas of something. You're right. Bootsy's saying life can take its toll on some crafting time. And he says, even for him, and he's retired. Life does, right? You're so behind already. Oh, Tracy, I'm behind from last year, okay? Because of all the ridiculousness I was going through last year, I did not get a whole bunch of stuff done that I thought I would. But it's all good. I'm going to breathe through it. You're behind. I'm always behind, Trace. I am always behind, girl. I am always behind. I am so behind right now. I am behind. Okay, here's 8. All right, so now we're going to glue them onto our base. Now, I am going to find the center of this. Nobody's going to see it but you. Okay? Nobody is going to see it but you. I will tell you, though, if you want to glue a piece of your painty paper or whatever your background on here, you could do that or paint it too. Not that you're going to see it, but, you know, just in case if you thought you might see it. I'm just going to try and find the center of my circle. Guys, I need it to be summer right now. I need it to have I needed to not have missed most of the summer doing whatever I was doing. How many of you guys feel like that sometimes? Like you're like, I need to just go back a little bit because I'm missing my, okay. So you can see my craziness to find the center. Okay, and then all you're gonna do is you're gonna just start gluing them all the way around. Now I'm gonna use, I don't know if I should use glue. I'm gonna use glue stick for the inside. I might use wet glue to glue it onto the paper. And I'm just gonna glue a little bit down, only one flap. And you don't have to do this part, but I found for me, when I made them, it worked better. Okay. You know what you're gonna find with your own? You're gonna find your own trial and error with this. And be kind with yourself. Don't what did I do with my wax paper? See, guys, this is what happens to me. I lose my stuff right here. I don't know how I lose it, but I do. I blew off. Here's one. Okay. You're just going to glue just a little bit on the bottom, not even the whole thing. And you're just going to push it down. Put the point to the center point. And then you're going to glue it all the way around. You're going to glue your petals all the way around. I'm going to try to do it with this glue stick. If you use thicker paper, like I had to use wet glue on this one because it was much thicker. Much, much thicker. I know what happened this summer. I missed it. You were born late. Oh my gosh, Sherry, you're ridiculous. You were born late. It looks like a lotus or water lilies. Yeah, it does. It's just an origami flower. I'm sure you guys have all made this. This is like, no one invented it. I mean, I didn't invent it, certainly not. I'm sure if you look in some origami book, it's in there. And I'm probably not doing it the way it should be done, so please don't anybody like message me and go, you know, that was a lotus petal and you didn't do it right. Hi, Jessica. Aloha to you too. Oh, you guys, this week is like flown by. But you get the idea, right? And you could do this with hot glue. I wouldn't suggest you do magazine pages with hot glue because they're so thin. I don't think you need to. But how many of you guys send like a token Christmas card or a token whatever to your family and friends or people? You know, this is like a really sweet little, you know, little ornament to stick in that sort of mail, you know, that sort of. And you guys, mine is not perfect, okay? It is not perfect by any means. Sometimes we practice ours and they look like they came from Chernobyl. Oh my God, Roy. I get it. I totally get it. Sherry, it's so easy. And if you have grandkids or kids, this is like such a fun thing. I mean, I don't know if it would be easy to do it with really young kids, but what you could do is you could make the papers with them. You know, you could make your painty papers with them or whatever and use their artwork. And you guys, it is sort of forgiving. So if you don't get it right, you know, don't like freak out. Hey, Joni. I saw you've been car shopping, girl. What kind of car are you getting? Good for you. You know what? These remind me of that. There's a quilt, and Roy, you'll know what it is. It's the one where you fold up the fabric in a way where you don't need a backing to it. It's like and it makes a flower. What's that called? And I may have to take mine off and move them down because I may have not done it perfect, or you know what I mean, so that it fits right. But we'll see. And that's the magic of glue stick too, because glue stick is much. You could glue this onto some wax paper as well. I may not have it in the right place. found using a smaller medallion earlier worked, a smaller circle in the back. And I may have to take this off and put it on a smaller circle, but we'll see. 2, 3, let's see. 2. Yeah, I'm going to have to take it off and put it on a smaller one. See? So you guys can see my fails too. Only thing about doing it when you do a paper napkin, I mean the smaller circle in the back. The paper napkin, but you won't see it, so don't anybody freak out. Here, this is a smaller circle. All right, let's see. My glue stick is still good. So the ones that I made, the tiny ones, I had to add, I think instead of 8 circles, I think there's 9. You guys get the general idea, right? And then you're going to do the same thing on the back if you want it two-sided, if you want it double-sided. But they're fun. And you'll get your own formula down. I will say that making it with thicker paper, you definitely need wet glue, or you need more. You might want to use that might be when you use your hot glue. That's when you make it with thicker paper. Missing the chat, sorry. Hi, P. Luke. You know the name of this fold? Okay, well, you can tell us. How many of you, when you were kids, you made those balloon folds, which were so fun, where you like had like a secret, you wrote a secret inside the balloon, the box, or are they called boxes, or were they called balloons? And you put like a secret message in there for your friends. How many of you guys did that when you were a kid? I may have to cheat and put a 9th one on this one. I think it just depends upon, yeah, maybe. I may have to cheat and put a 9th one, unless I can, let me figure it out. Let me lay it on my wax paper. Because I spreaded it out too far. I made them with 8, and then now that one with the 9th one is, it could also be the paper that I'm using too. Let's see. It could also be my imperfection of fold. But they're fun. And then you could put something in the center of it. May made hers like beautiful, like Christmas embellishment things in the center. You guys, I don't have that kind of stuff, so you know, she did hers with like fancy Christmas paper and stuff. She didn't make hers with Painty magazine pages like me. You could put something in the middle. I think I am going to have to put a 9th one no matter what, because I'm going to spend the thinness of my paper. Hey, Jessica, balloons are evil. No, not that kind of balloon, Jessica. Paper balloons, origami balloons. Origami balloons, where you put a message inside. Talk about paper folding, not balloons. Origami balloons. All right, I need one more for this one. I'm going to have to break down and make another one. So I must have folded mine a little. Origami balloons. You know the kind you used to pass a note in the class? Didn't you ever make those when you were a kid? Not balloons. No, they called them, I think some people called them paper boxes. Did you guys ever make those? So are any of you guys getting ready? Are you going to do a Halloween thing? I don't know. My littlest one is going to go to a Halloween party. She's excited about that. And I guess we'll do our regular, Halloweening around not in our neighborhood, because our neighborhood doesn't have good trick-or-treating, but the neighborhood right next to us does. We live in sort of an older neighborhood where everybody's retired. We are clown extremists here. Balloons are bad. You're crazy. Clowns. I know a lot of people are scared of clowns. I'm not talking about balloons like that. I'm talking about paper. These are sort of like that paper balloon. Like where you fold it up like that and you put a message inside. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think they might be called paper boxes or something. Or paper bubbles or something like that. Alright, I'm going to have to now lift my paper up. Let me see if I can lift it up and put it onto one of these medallions that I've made. Did you guys get the idea, yeah? Let me figure out what kind of circle I want to put it on. I need a thicker circle. I need a thicker circle. You get the idea. Hey, we all have our pet peeves. Trust me, I have them. I have them living on an island. I have my own pet peeves. Okay? I have my own pet peeves. Living on an island, I have my own. My very own. That's why most of the crafts and stuff I make from recycling. Because it all ends up in a landfill here. Yeah, so I have my own pet peeves. I have my own pet peeves. I'm going to see. This one might be too small, but we'll see. We will see. Let's see if I can glue it onto this one. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it onto here. You guys say out loud, there's so many things here that we don't have that you guys have, which is better for all of our environment, but I can't figure out for the life of me why they don't do it everywhere. Like there's no plastic bags here. And you get huge tax breaks for sustainable renewable energy here. And I don't know why we don't. Honey. Thumb and forefinger colored numbers, cross, secret message. No, well, I mean, those are ones too, but I was talking about the ones that, I'll get one of my kids to make them, because I haven't made them in years. Yeah, what are those called? Those are called fortune tellers. No, I'm talking about, they were like, you made them into a square, or you made them and then you blew it up. That's why we thought they were called paper balloons, because you blew it up on the inside and you could put, you wrote like a secret message inside the box on the inside. Just one secret message, whereas I think a fortune teller, you have all those spaces, right? How many of you guys have gone to see A Star is Born? I really want to go see it. I haven't gone to Flycatchers. Is that what they're called? Flycatchers? Maybe. Guys, I haven't made origami in years. Since I was a kid. Since I was in school, like the rest of you. Alright. So it worked better on this particular paper one. with the paper, with the circle I glued it to being smaller. See? In the back. Now all you'd want to do is redo the same thing, do the same thing again and on the back so that it's double-sided. Did you guys get the general idea? Mine's not perfect, but you get the general idea. Judy Garland was my... I've seen the Star is Born, all of them, but I meant the new one, the newest Star is Born. The newest one, Roy, not the Judy Garland version. Who did the one before Judy Garland? There was somebody that did a Star is Born before Judy Garland. Who was that? Do you guys remember? My mother was an old movie, you know, she was like into movies, especially old movies, and as a kid growing up, she was like a wealth of influence in what I watched. You're so funny, Roy. You're so funny. Yes, Barbra Streisand did it after Judy Garland, but the most recent one is Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, and I want to see that. Okay. I'm going to have to futz with this one a little bit more to make it the way I like it, but you guys get the general idea. You guys get the general idea. And then if you want it double-sided, see how this one's double-sided? You got to do the same thing on the other side. But if you wanted to just use it as a, and then put something in the center, like I don't have anything, but you could, you know, cut a small piece in the center if you wanted, or even smaller, or put some jewels or whatever you wanted. You looked away. I've been futzing with this one for a while, Liz. It wasn't a fast one. So that one had 9, and it's not perfect. Like you can see, some of these are better. Like this one's better because I think the thickness of the paper. Guys, test it out. I mean, painty papers are not all the same. You know, some of them are, like this one I think turned out much better. This was a piece of newspaper, the green and yellow, but this was security envelopes. And the security envelope was really stiff, and I had to use wet glue to get this one to work. But I like the way it came out. And then so if you're going to put a string on it, what you do is you glue the string to the base. And you could put a bigger base on it now that it's all together. You could put a bigger base on it. Because it's easier to match up. Look here, I'll show you. If you did the next one, it's easier to match it up once you've done one side. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, single-sided as an embellishment, yeah. Or put it in the center of a card like a medallion. So I've been thinking about if we're going to do a Christmas swap, and I think if we do it, it's going to be super, like, so simple. It's just going to be like, I told you, like a 49-cent envelope, and I'll definitely make one this week and then do a video on it, and then everybody that wants to participate can. You don't have to be part of our Facebook group to do it. If you want to, you can. So what makes it easier when you've already done one side is all you do is line it up with the one. Do you see what I mean? Before, like, so all I would do is line it up with this. Like, I'll do a double-sided. What did I do with my glue? Hey, Lala, how are you? Hey, Claire. The double-sided is not so difficult because you can just line it back up. look, if you were using like cardstock, it would go together much easier. But because this paper is so flippy floppy, because it's one side is a thin piece of napkin and the other one is like a magazine page, and it wasn't even a thick magazine. So all you do is you would line it up, and you can also, you know what? I had to do to one of mine. I had to trim one of them, trim one of the petals. So you just start it and you just line it up the same way you did on the back. I mean, the same way you did on the other side. You could, Beth is saying, put a blank piece of paper. It's a great idea. Beth is saying, put a blank piece of paper on the back side for a name tag. Great idea. Like a tag for your packages, that's a great idea. Hey, Sherry. Good night, Bootsy. Big hugs. Hope you have a creative, crafty weekend. Maybe I'll see you on Tuesday. Maybe we'll see you on Tuesday. Wishing you a creative and crafty week. Whatever that looks like for you. Creative, crafty weekend of fun. Whatever that looks like for you. I'm sorry you guys can't see. I don't have the barb cams yet. I gotta get some barb cam advice, and then once I know where I'm gonna have my space, I'm gonna reset it up. I really can't zoom in very well with this right now. The way it is set up now is because my camera was, before it was suspended from the ceiling, and now it's not. It's just on this little tripod right above me, and it's not, you can't zoom very far in or out. So you guys get the idea. It's like so not that hard. These are so easy to make, Lolly. You'll have a good time making them. Hi, Dania. How are you? I think everybody's good. I think we're all good. I don't normally eat bread, I guess, is what I don't normally eat. And I had a big sandwich, and I don't know about you, but it made me so tired. I was like, oh, it made me super tired. Yeah, I'll show you how to fold the big one again. Yep. What did I do with it? Okay, here it is. Here's the big one, right? So you fold it in fourths. You fold it this way. And then you fold it this way, right? So you have four, so you have like a cross, right? And then you're going to go to the corner. My cheater way is this. My cheater way is go to the corner and fold it like an airplane to the center line, and to turn it over and fold it like the center line, like an airplane. Okay, that's the cheater way. Okay, and then you're going to open it up, and then you are going to fold it back on itself to the line, just like a paper airplane, right? And back on itself to a line, just like this. That's the whole fold. See? So my cheater way is make it like a paper airplane. Like lay it like this. Go to one point, but you only want to fold it to the center fold. One, and one. And you can use a card, or if you want to make your things precise, you can lay it down where the corner meets the corner, and then fold it over. So you could sit down and you could do a bunch of them just like this, right? You could do a whole pile like that, and then take it back and then do the next fold, which would be folding it back to itself like a paper airplane, back to itself like a paper airplane. And that's it. And I put the glue, a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue here, and then I put the glue just on this part of it in the back so that it has some dimension to it. But you could glue it down for more if you wanted. Yes, prayers for Florida. I agree with you, Claire. What about dust bunnies? Hi, Samantha. Yes, you guys, they are kind of cool. So, I mean, you should definitely do them. They're fun. How many of you guys watched partially the royal wedding? I happened to be awake when it was on. It wasn't that I was going to watch the royal wedding, but I didn't even know it was the royal wedding. But I thought she looked so beautiful. Thanks. Thanks, Dania. They're kind of fun and easy. You should make them with your grandkids. They'll make really nice Christmas ornaments. At least I think so. So how many of you guys watched the royal wedding? I thought it was awesome. I thought she looked so beautiful. You watched the end? Well, I watched the beginning. I don't know if I watched the beginning. I watched where she walked down the aisle. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched where she walked down the aisle. And I watched where Andrea Bocelli was singing. And then I went to bed. I didn't see the end. I didn't see all of it. But I thought it was, and I didn't see who arrived. Like, I missed all that. But I thought she looked really beautiful. Yes, to the 2 in 1 year. I know that is kind of a lot, Claire, right? I thought she looked really beautiful. I loved her dress. I thought what she picked looked so stunning on her. Yes, Andrea Bocelli was amazing, Samantha. He sang twice on there. I only heard the first song and some other chorus sang. Because this morning after I finally got up, because it was right before I went to bed, so when I got up this morning, I went back on and just to read, I read about the highlights, and they said he sang again. But he's such an amazing singer anyway. I mean, it was a treat. How beautiful is that? I know, his voice is amazing. I thought he was just so awesome. And I thought, you know what, how amazing was that to have, like, Andrea Bocelli sing at your wedding? That would be like, you wouldn't need anything else. You were like, Andrea Bocelli sang at my wedding. I don't need anything else. He was awesome, though, I have to say. Definitely doesn't disappoint. That would be the ultimate, right? I agree with you, Samantha. I don't know. I was just like, wow. I was just thinking about all the money that goes into weddings, and I was thinking about it as like it's like she had a beautiful dress, and it brought up me thinking about weddings and all that sort of thing. Where do I live, Claire? I live in Hawaii. I live in Hawaii. That's where I live. Everybody lives in different places, though. Dania, I love you. Dania, you are right. You are so right. Dania says, well, Shelly, you do kind of need a groom. Dania, you are so right. Oh my gosh, I've missed you, girl. How's your husband? What's going on in your world? Oh my gosh. What is going on in your world? You're right, Dania, you need a groom. You're a riot. You are a riot. It is, in fact, a wedding. No, you are absolutely right. Oh my gosh, Dania. Too much. Dania's. Oh, Lord. You're so funny. Dania says her husband's fine. He's still living. She hasn't killed him yet. Oh, girl. How long have you been married? You've been married a long time. You have been married a long time, if I remember correctly. Am I correct in my assumption? Oh my gosh, Dania. You need a groom. Okay, all of you out there thinking of inviting Andrea Bocelli to sing at your wedding, you need a groom. Okay? Oh my Lord. What did you say, Samantha? To hell with the groom. Next time I'm getting a bride who doesn't want. Oh my God. You guys are so ridiculous. Oh. No. What did you? I'm in Hawaii, Claire. You are too much, Samantha. I hear you, Mama. You guys are so funny. You guys type where you're from. Claire, where are you from? What have I been watching lately? I was going to share with you guys. You guys are so funny. That is hilarious. I hear you, Samantha. How is Amanda doing, Mama? How is she? She's been in my prayers all week, girl. Tania says that. So Shelly, I'm on YouTube Live, and a woman came on and asked you if she needed to wear a bra on YouTube. Oh no. Okay, somebody's Nebraska, Delaware, the Gulf Shores, Cameron Park, California. This is where everyone's from. Oh my gosh, Tania, that's great. Well, Parkersburg, West Virginia, awesome. She had a good week. Oh, Samantha, I'm so happy. Hi, Susan. How are you? Lynn lives in San Francisco. Sherry lives in Washington. Oh my God, Dania. Oh Lord, help me. Was she asking you if she needed to wear one if she was on a live stream, or was she asking you did she need to wear one if she was watching your live stream? I mean, people are. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what happened this week. Something happened, and I was talking to somebody, and they were like, the longer I live, the more I realize I don't know anything. And I was like, I'm right there with you. I am so right there with you. I am right there in the same boat with you. Oh, you're in Victoria, British Columbia? Oh, and you have a lot of snow now? Ooh. I love you. Oh, Lord. I don't know. Sometimes you get crazy people that troll. You never know. Like, we've had people come on here and do some crazy stuff. Oh, in Australia, Victoria, Australia. Awesome. I've been to Australia. I haven't been to Victoria, though. I've been to Australia. I've been to the West Coast of Perth and Sydney. You're lurking in Colorado. Well, you can lurk, Carolyn. We're happy you're here. Susan's in Huntsville. Huntsville where? Huntsville, Alabama? Huntsville, Texas? Huntsville. There's lots of Huntsvilles. We're happy you're here chatting with us. Oh, my God, Dania. I would have been mortified, too. Okay? New Zealand. Tanya's in New Zealand. Oh my gosh. Alabama. Oh, good. Huntsville, Alabama. You know what's so funny is like, where was I talking to somebody? I was talking to somebody one day, and I said, "Oh, where are you?" She said she mentioned somewhere where she was, and I said, Texas, because that's where I'm originally from. And she said, no, like another state that had the same city. And I was like, oh, so like when you start to Google like your town, you think, oh, I live in wherever. You'll find there's those same towns all over the country. Hi, Linda. How are you? How is our Richard? How are you guys doing? I've missed seeing all of you guys. Oh my Lord, you guys. Dania, I think I would have been scandalized. Not by you, but by the person asking. Yeah, she was crazy. One of her YouTube friends, and she was just jealous. Jealous of what, you guys? Jealous of what? This life is too short to be jealous of anyone. We're all on our own sacred journey. You know, Dania, the longer I live, the less I know. And I'm definitely, that would be, I don't know what, I think people just, sometimes I think people do things for the shock factor of it. Have you guys ever, did any of you guys experience that where you think people just do things for the shock factor of it? I think they do. Sometimes I think they just go for like, they know it's going to be something shocking, so they're just like, I'm just going to go for it because it's going to shock them. It's like when you were 20 and you were going to go for the shock factor to shock your parents or something. It's ridiculous. YouTube has its own thing going on. All right, I need to put my string or whatever I'm going to put in there. Now's when you need to put the string, or don't be like me. It's like, how many of you guys have ever done the crafting thing where you're like, okay, I need to remember to put whatever it is, right? And then you make the whole thing and you realize you didn't put you glued it down without putting in. I don't know. You know what? I noticed that they're changing the algorithms a lot. Denise says she burnt her bra in the 60s, okay? And you don't shock easily? No, but I just think people just have no... I just think sometimes people have no boundaries. It's like, and you're just like thinking to yourself, like, that was ridiculous. Like, we didn't need to know that or whatever. I think sometimes people just, I don't know. I definitely needed some wet glue here. And then I'm going to put a piece of tape on it as well. In fact, I might take up a couple of these before I put this one down. Let me take this one up too. I'll put a piece of tape on it because it sticks better. This is only trial and error, you guys, as far as like, I've only, when I was making them earlier, been making them for a little while now, but to put some wet glue in the center. If you have hot glue, I'm sure hot glue would work better for all you hot glue fans out there. And I'm going to put a piece of tape. Let me see if I have some tape close by. And then I'll put the paper over it. I don't know. I think there's some really positive things about the internet and about social media, and I think there's some really negative things. I think some of the positive things are like right now we're all like chatting with each other all over the world, right? I think the negative things are sometimes when you just live in your own, and those are not my dogs, you guys. They're my neighbor's dogs. I have no control over them. I know somebody's going to say something to me, and I can't do anything about it. The negative things I think are people really don't know how to, like, they say things to you via social media that they would never say to you in person. Ever, 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 ever. And I think that when they say it to you via social media, they don't even know, like, sometimes I don't, and also, too, I think you can take things wrong via social media. Like, when somebody texts you something, you can't hear the inflection in their voice. You can't tell if they're sarcastic or joking. And I think sometimes you can be easily offended by something that you probably wouldn't if they were in person. Wouldn't you guys agree? find a piece. I need a piece of, let me take a piece of this. So I think there's pluses and minuses to it. I think the desensitizing people to, you know, learning etiquette. I mean, I certainly am on my children all the time, you know, about kindness and respect and all that. But I don't know how many other people, I mean, how many of you guys have had that kind of experience where, like, people are just like, they have no boundaries, and then they'll say stuff to you and you're just like, what? No, I've worked with people like that, and it's always a little surprising to me when people have no boundaries and they act, or they act rude to you. You love the Gulf side better? You had a student ask you if you smoked pot in class. Oh, that's great, Anne. What grade do you teach? Anonymity is bad for some. I agree with you, Lynn. Like, you know, I agree with you, Lynn. But I think also, too, for some people, it's just, I don't know. I think some people don't need an excuse to be rude. They just feel like it's their right or something, you know, like, I can just be however I want. I'm not gonna, I'm not accountable for it, you know? And I think some people mistaken that, you know, they don't take their words seriously, you know? They don't take their words or the consequences of their words seriously. How many of you guys feel that as well? I'm sorry, I pulled it out of the tape. See, I'm a little hurry, so it's like instead of me waiting until it like totally like set up. Sherry says, and sometimes when you tell them, they just don't get it. You know, I agree with you, Dania. Dania says she's mixed and she has filters, but sometimes people need to be told. I agree. Especially because I think people get on and they take this whole YouTube thing so a little too seriously in some ways. Like, you know, and think it's like I don't want to say a carte blanche for being rude, but you know, that it's a license to like leave their social graces somewhere else. And I'm like, I don't think so. You know, I don't think so. I think that I was trying to have a conversation with one of my kids' friends who's very outspoken on the internet, right? And they're going for a job interview. And I was trying to say to them, you know, like I've seen some things posted in their social media accounts that as an employer would be questionable. And now people really search that. And now I'm just putting this out there so that you guys think about it. Lynn says she worked in toys retail during the Cabbage Patch years, and I know the darkness that lurks in the hearts of mankind over Cabbage Patch dolls. I can believe. So I'm just putting this out there. Okay, so now, so with all social media, including YouTube, and like I disable my YouTube live chats after the live stream because I feel like the chat is for those people that are here. But I just want to put this out there to you. So, like, you go and you do this stuff online, and it stays there forever. So say you go into somebody's chat that doesn't, and say you say something like, maybe you're joking or whatever, but it's without somebody being in it, they don't understand it, and you're going for a job, and they Google you, and somehow, for whatever reason, they can find some social media chat that you were in live. You have to think about that, you know, people. And I was trying to explain that to one of my daughter's friends. He's sort of like, he goes for the shock value. You know, he's in his early 20s and he goes for the shock value, and he says stuff that's just sometimes, you know, it's shocking, and you're 20 and all that stuff. And I tried to say, you know, and he says it in forums and all kinds of stuff. And I said, you know, I think I would think about it before I said anything, because what you believe when you're in your 20s is not the same values you have when you're older. And I'm not saying censor yourself so much, but I'm saying, like, you know, ask yourself, would I want my parents to read this? Would I want my grandmother to read this? Would I want somebody that I know and love, or would I want to be judged based on this conversation, right? So that's the conversation I've been having with my kids and their friends. Not that they listen to anything I say. Linda's saying that people got so obsessed with Cabbage Patch dolls that adults were running over each other, and even children taking dolls out of each other's hands. Oh, I remember those old 50s movies, right? Or those old movies where they would have show a bunch of people in a department store, and there would be like some sale on some clothing thing, and you'd see two ladies fighting over something or whatever. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Lynn. Hopefully we're getting into a less consumerism and more into a more compassionate space. No, 20-year-olds, they don't. You know, Dania, I totally, completely agree. And I've had to, you know, I've had some, you know, I think that this whole social media thing, though, has desensitized people to the consequences of that, of being disrespectful, you know? People are under the assumption that the things that they say in those forums and stuff are private, but it's not always. Never knew who's selling your information. Okay, so I'm at the last one. Do you see? So one side's of this, one side, and it's not perfect, you guys. So please don't. Now see, look, this one's really not going to be perfect. So I'm going to have to trim this one down so that I can make it work with. Maybe I won't. Let's see. See, it needs to be between these two, right? But it's not going to. So let me see if I can finagle it so that it looks okay. That's why I say don't get caught up in the perfection of this, because you know, I've done some that look really amazingly perfect, and then I've done like this one it's not perfect. I might be able to trim it down, but let me just see. Let me see. Yeah, girls, this world sometimes gets away from you. It's because they don't have the woo-woo. Hey, we all need the woo-woo. We all need the woo-woo however it works for us, right? We all need the woo-woo for ourselves at some point. However it works. Whatever works best for us. Come with your own woo-woo. I'm going to cut this circle a little smaller and try and make it work. You don't have to be as ridiculous as I am. There's no point, really. It's just a paper ornament, but there, I finagled it and pulled one out and pushed one down. And it's not totally perfect, but you guys get the general idea. And then you can put a piece of whatever you wanted to put in the middle for your for your. And once again, I pulled the part. See, I didn't let it dry. See, this is what, guys. I'm too impatient. Too impatient. How many of you guys are impatient crafters? I'm an impatient crafter. What we don't comment. What? Oh, you're sweet, Sherry. You know what? I think the ridiculous thing is like, why comment on it? I agree with you. And I mean, first of all, I agree with you, Sherry. I wouldn't notice. And second of all, if I did notice, what is the point of commenting? I agree with you 100%. You know, sometimes I get a little baffled by like the motives of people. How many of you guys get a little baffled by that yourselves? You're like, okay, what's going on here? Like, what's the point of this? I don't understand why comment on it. Night, Sherry. Yeah, no comment, no judgment. I agree with you. But I also think that people just take it like a little too far sometimes. And then I kind of wonder, like, are they that extreme in their life every day? You know what I mean? Or are they that extreme? Sorry, guys, I'm gluing my strings in a little bit more. Amazing. My sweetie bought me some Mod Podge. I was out of Mod Podge. How many of you guys do this? You get down to the end of like your glue, your wet glues, and you, especially if they're like thick design or tacky glue or Mod Podge, and then you just add water to the end of the, you add water to the end of the container and you just use it, right? I thought I had, so in my world, I thought I had Mod Podge, but you know what I had? I just had like 2 containers that were like the end of the Mod Podge where I had poured water into it. And sometimes when you get it, especially if you're working with these really thin papers, to have that really runny glue doesn't do as well as a thick glue. So he asked me, did I want something from the store? And I kind of jokingly said, yeah, I'd like some Mod Podge. And then he brought me a container of Mod Podge. And it was so big, I had to put it in something small because I'll knock it over and spill it all over myself. Yeah, I agree with you, Sherry. Basic courtesy. I totally agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. I agree with you with the basic courtesy thing. I think that we're missing that. I'm definitely missing that in our... So this is what I made right now, and I'm liking it. And it's not perfect. So for those of you that want perfection, you might need to measure yours. But I'm liking it, and, you know, made the string a little long, but that's okay. You use it as a holiday ornament or just hang it in your window or put it in Happy Mail. And I might go back and add a medallion or something in the center once it's totally dry. Or maybe I'll add a little banner with words on it or something. But this was just made with napkins and... You're so funny. You need to teach a class in etiquette. You're so ridiculous. It's so funny. So that is what I've made. That's my big make for the day. What about making Mod Podge? You make your own Mod Podge? You know what? I could, but it doesn't really matter. It's just as cheap to buy it for me, so I don't. No, it takes me a long time to use it up. Plus, I like the matte Mod Podge because of the, you know, they put like some sort of polyurethane in it. So I like the matte Mod Podge. That's what I like. It's my favorite one. So those are what I made. That was my crafty make for the minute. You're ridiculous. I love you. All right, hang on, ladies. I'm going to shut my door. If you guys want to do woo-woo in a little bit, grab some water. Bring it to the table and we'll do it. We'll do it. Just for like 20 minutes. Oh no, Sherry, we love you. Sherry, sending you so much love. Sending you so much love. Sending you so much love. So, I think we're going to do the woo-woo early tonight. How many of you guys are in on it? And for those of you that are... Oh, Susan, it's nothing. It's just making these little... It's just a little ornament. It's nothing. It's like you take circles and fold them. That's really it. And then you glue them down. Sherry, that is a wonderful attitude. That is a wonderful attitude. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I do a guided meditation at the end of each. I don't even know how it got started. It got started because somebody that came into one of my live streams was having some thing, and I don't even remember what it was. And anyway, one thing led to another, and we started doing it. And now I try to do it. Not every time, but as often as possible. And right now I think, and it's just an opportunity to center yourself and be completely more into you. And that's all it is. It doesn't interfere with whatever your, doesn't contradict anyone's beliefs or practices. It's just it's basically tapping into the energy that we all are and centering ourselves into that beautiful energy. And like one of my YouTube viewers said, it's the same energy that grows the grass and makes the sun shine. It's just tapping and aligning yourself. Haven't you ever taken a deep breath, like a really deep exhale, and how you feel like so much better, right? When you just stop and you breathe. It's like that, but just in a more intensive way. And they usually last about 10 minutes. It's not, maybe 15 at the longest. And so I also invite you to invite anyone in that you would like to, anybody that you know in your life that could use an extra boost. And it could be anyone. It doesn't, and you know, all of this energy work works with conscious consent. So if some of you are just sort of mildly curious and you want to hang out and just see what it's like, you can say, okay, I want to see what it's like, but I don't want to receive the energy work, and then you won't, okay? And then those that do, you do, and no matter what, because we're all connected, you will feel better no matter what. It's just like, you know, like when you go see a really uplifting movie, how when you leave at the end of it, you feel better. That's all it is. So I invite you to include, you can include your home, you can include your job, you can include all the, if you're thinking about all those in Florida that have just gone through a really hard time, or those in the Carolinas that have just gone through a hard time with all these storms, you can bring those to mind. If you're an environmentalist, you can bring anything like the water, the air, if you'd like better, cleaner water or more pure air. If you'd like more peace in your life, if it's financial stability or financial abundance that you want to be more connected to, you can invite that in. Peace, the same way. It only works in a positive way. So if you have friends or people that are going through a hard time, it's like saying a prayer for them, but in a more active way. So you can include them in your energy work. Now, it is ultimately up to them and their higher self if they receive it, just like anything else, but you can always include them. So I always invite you to include your home, your job, and anybody that you work with, because we all, it's like as you raise your own vibration, all those around you become more peaceful and kinder and more in a space of love. So what we've been working on for the past couple of weeks, and I've some of you have written me about it, and you're always free to email me, craftingmamasinfo@gmail.com, and you can look in the description box and there's an email address. Some of you have written to me lately and said that you felt more calm and more peace and more grounded. And what we've been doing is focusing on calling ourselves back in. And what I mean by that is, have you ever like gone and been in like a, maybe you're in a car wreck and suddenly you just don't feel like yourself, or I guess the most obvious example is when somebody stands behind a door and jumps out and yells at you, screams boo at you, and then you sort of like get startled. And then you feel like you're not yourself for that minute. So sometimes our energy leaves us. It can leave us for many reasons. It can be exhaustion, overwork. It can be through surgery, medication, anesthesia. It can be overindulgence in anything at all. Too much sugar, too much caffeine, too much alcohol, too much anything like that. Also, like any traumatic experiences, anything that brings us stress, highly stressful things. So little parts of us leave us, like little bits and pieces. If you think of yourself as like a whole ball of energy, and like somebody scares you, a little piece of you, it's like, so what we're doing is we're breathing ourselves back in. You're calling your pieces back in. And we've been doing it for a few weeks, and some have really had some amazing results. So I invite you to just see yourself coming back together. Like, I always like to envision it like little pieces, like a magnet, pulling yourself back in. Like all the little pieces of you are just coming back in. And so we're going to invite those pieces of us back in. And on the exhale, what we're going to do is we're going to physically and visibly see ourselves releasing any energy that doesn't work. And most of the time it's when people want too much from you. So we call it courting. Like they court you. They want something from you. It's like that need. And unless you have really small children, you shouldn't have anyone courting you at all, ever. Good night, Tania. Big love. So when I'm telling you to pull your cords out, imagine them like little strings or like spaghetti, right? And just pull it out of your body and let it go. And it's going to retract itself and send it back to where it came. I'm going to tell you, you will undoubtedly, every single person that does it feels a relief. So just try it. Just try it. And I'm going to shut my door before we begin. So go get your water. Oh, give Stacy my love too, Lori. So if you guys want to bring your energized water into the situation, go get it. And you're going to ask, why do you want water? Well, you can drink it all week. It definitely makes a difference. Just try it. I invite you like an experiment. Okay? All right, let's get started. All you need to do to participate is inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. That's it. You can do it this sitting up or lying down with your eyes open or your eyes closed. Hi, Dawn. I invite you to try it either way. I think most people gain more from it with their eyes closed, but you can do it in any way that works for you. Okay? So, and right now, bring to mind anyone that you'd like to include. So let's all bring to mind our friend Sarita and anyone else that we know that's passed. They all feel our love. So you can bring in anyone that's transitioned. You can also bring to mind anyone. Everybody can always use a little extra boost of love. All right. Inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Receive and release. Receive and release. Imagine yourself in a column of light. And when you look up, you can't see the end. And when you look down, you can't see the end. This is your column of light. It's unique to your being, soul, spirit. Allow your column of light to go deep, deep, deep into the earth. Give your column of light big roots, big tree trunks, big deep tree roots like big oak trees deep into the heart of the earth. Allow your roots to grow deeper and deeper and wider with every breath. Let's ask the earth to share with us her energy. I see this energy like beautiful golden light that you can see it, feel it, think it, or just know it any way that works for you. Feel this beautiful golden light energy pouring up through your roots. Feel it filling your column of light. Feel it filling your feet and ankles, calves and knees, thighs and hips. Feel it filling the base of your spine, your lower abdomen, your waist, your chest and back, your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, your hands, and out every finger. Feel it filling your neck and throat, your face and head, and feel it fountain out the top of your head as high as you can imagine. Ready? Breathe it in. Breathe it in. And breathe it in. Take a moment to enjoy your connection to the earth. I'd like you to give your column of light, follow it above your head, and give it permission to enter into the heart of the central sun, the heart of creator creation energy. Give your column of light the same roots above your head as you did below your feet. Feel yourself anchored deep in the earth and feel yourself above your head, anchored in this beautiful, angelic, cosmic realm. Let's invite this beautiful central sun energy to pour through our column of light and mix with our energy and the earth's energy. I see this energy like beautiful silvery diamonds, but you can see it, feel it, think it, or just know it any way that works for you. Feel this beautiful diamond light energy pouring through the top of your head. Feel it filling your head and face, neck and throat, arms, shoulders, wrists, hands, out every finger. Feel it filling your chest and back, your waist, your lower abdomen, the base of your spine, and feel it pouring through your hips, thighs, knees, calves, and ankles, and out the bottom of your feet, expelling any and all excess deep in the heart of the earth. Ready? Breathe it in. Breathe it in. And breathe it in. Take a moment to enjoy your connection to heaven and earth. Now I'd like us to focus on the point of light where your roots are deep in the heart of the earth. And on the inhale, call yourself fully and completely back into your column of light. And on the exhale, let go of any energy in your body that no longer serves you. Ready? Breathe yourself back in and let go of anything else. Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. Let's focus 6 feet below your feet. Breathe yourself fully and completely back into your energy center, back into your body now. Breathe yourself back in. Let go of anything else. Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. Focus 1 foot below your feet. Breathe yourself fully and completely back into this energy center now. Ready? Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. And breathe yourself back in. Focus on the base of your spine. Feel yourself physically receiving yourself like you're a magnet, little pieces of yourself coming back in. And on the exhale, I want you to image that spaghetti, those cords, those strings into this energy center. And I want you to see yourself pulling them out, and they retract automatically, easily and effortlessly back to where they came. Breathe yourself back in, focusing on the base of your spine. And let go of anything else. Breathe yourself back in. Pull out anything that's not you and let it go back. Physically see yourself receiving your body personality fully and completely whole back into this energy center located at the base of your spine. And on the exhale, I want you to see any and all energy that do not belong to you automatically returning to where it came from. Ready? Breathe yourself back in and let go of anything else. Focus on your lower abdomen. Breathe yourself fully and completely back into this energy center now. Ready? Breathe yourself back in. Release any energy that doesn't belong to you. See yourself physically pulling it out like it's spaghetti. Just pull it all out and let it retract itself back to where it came. Breathe yourself fully and completely, though, focusing on your lower abdomen. Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. Focus on your solar plexus at your waist. Give yourself permission to receive the pieces and the parts of you that have left, no matter what. We don't even need to know why. And on the exhale, release any and all energy that no longer serves you, and any and all energy sent to you that doesn't belong. It returns to sender. Ready? Receive yourself back in. Let go of anything else. Receive yourself back in. Let go of anything else. Receive yourself fully and completely back into this energy center. And let go of anything else. I'd like you to focus on your heart. Breathe yourself fully and completely back into this energy center located in your heart. Ready? Breathe yourself back in and release anything else. Breathe yourself back in and let go of anything else. 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 And let go of any Breathe yourself fully and completely back into yourself. Now I want you to see yourself pulling out any cords, any energy. See those spaghetti noodles? See them like, old telephone wires. Just pull them out and let them automatically return to sender. Ready? Breathe yourself back in and pull out anything else. Breathe yourself back in. Focus on your throat. Breathe yourself back in here. Breathe back all the words you wish you'd never said and all the times that you feel like you were not heard. They're only going to return to you as love. Breathe yourself fully and completely back in here and release anything else. Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. And breathe yourself back in. Focus on the center of your forehead. Breathe yourself fully and completely back into this energy center now. Ready? Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. And breathe yourself back in. Focus on the top of your head. Breathe yourself fully and completely back into this energy center now. Ready? Breathe yourself back in. And breathe yourself back in. And breathe yourself back in. Focus one more time on the top of your head. Breathe yourself fully and completely back into your body personality here now. Ready? Breathe yourself back in. Focus 1 foot above your head and breathe yourself fully and completely back into this energy center now. Ready? Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. And breathe yourself back in. Focus 6 feet above your head. Breathe yourself fully and completely back into this energy center now and all of those light centers and points of light between. Breathe yourself into full awareness, focusing 6 feet above your head. Ready? Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. Focus on the point of light where you meet in the heart of Creator, creation energy, in the heart of the central sun. Breathe yourself fully and completely back in to complete connection now. Focusing on this energy center. Ready? Breathe yourself back in. Breathe yourself back in. And breathe yourself back in. I'd like you to put one hand on your water and one hand on your heart. And just feel this energy running through your body. And you can also push it out to your water. Ready? Feel it. Focus on your hands. Let me know when you feel this. Let me know when you feel it. Open the window to your heart. Let me know when you feel it. You need to bring to mind anyone you'd like to send it to. Also pick up your home, point on the earth, the water, the air, whatever your concern is. Ready? Just breathe it in, send, receive, and give. Ready? Receive it and give it. Receive and give. Receive and give. I'd like you to imagine an infinity symbol. See it starting in the heart of creation above your head, crossing through your heart, entering deep into the heart of the earth, crossing back through your heart and ending where it began. On the inhale, receive unconditional love from the source, heart of the central sun, and the heart of the earth. And on the exhale, send out love to the earth, heart of the central sun, and the heart of creation, the source. Ready? Receive and give. Receive and give. Receive and give. Receive this love, this unconditional love from the heart of the divine, the heart of the earth, and the heart of creator creation energy, the heart of the divine in whatever form you identify. And on the exhale, I want you to send it back. Heart of the earth, heart of creation, heart of the central sun, and the heart of the divine in however you identify. You can send it to your spirit guides, the angels, the angelic realm, the ascended masters, the Elohim, to Christ, the Virgin Mary, however you identify, Lakshmi, Shiva, whatever works for you. Ready? Kuan Yin. Ready? Breathe yourself. Feel the love from this angelic realm, from your spirit guides, from the heart of creation, creator energy, and from the earth. And on the exhale, send it back to all of those. Ready? Receive and give. Receive and give. Receive and give. Receive and give. And when you feel ready, open your eyes and come back. And feel free to share anything that you'd like to share. There's no right or wrong, and you don't have to share. It's just... Hi, Barb. Hi, Marilyn. Yes, I definitely send it to our lovely Sarita. We love you, Sarita, and we can feel your crafty energy with us. Lola says she feels rejuvenated. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, love you, Lala. How are you, Miss Barb? I was thinking about you today. I was thinking about you. I'm glad, Lala. I'm glad. You know, we're all, you know, the really kind of cool thing is that if we're open to it, we find our way to the right place where we need to be every time. If we're open to it. You're good. I'm glad you're good. You guys feel free to share. I mean, sometimes, you know, some of us feel like when we connect to the earth energy, especially for those of us that don't all the time or don't take the time to connect, we sometimes feel like really a warming sensation that comes over us. And then when we connect to the cosmic realm or the heavenly realm, we can feel, sometimes I feel like a cool energy come over me. So it's like a, you know, hot heat rising up and this like sort of cooling energy coming down. And some of you may feel rejuvenated and some of you may feel tired. There's no right or wrong. And I read the most beautiful thing one time, and I think it was written by, good night, Lori. I think it was written by Yogananda, and it was so beautiful. And it was talking about how to love God, and it said, this is little tiny book. It might even be called How to Love God. It was like a little tiny book. I read it years and years and years ago. And for those of you guys who don't know who Paramahansa Yogananda is, you should look him up. He's just the most beautiful. He's no longer in a body, but he's just the most beautiful image of light and love. You know, he's just so beautiful. And he wrote a book called Autobiography of a Yogi, and I highly recommend it to anyone, no matter where you are on your spiritual journey. So anyway, this book, I don't know, years and years and years ago, I was guided to this book, or someone gave it to me, and it's this, I think it's called How to Love God. I'll have to look and see if I still have it, because it was before I moved to Hawaii.
It's called How to Know God.
Oh, it's called How to Know God. My hottie says it. So it says in there, the only thing that God does not have from us, or the source does not have from us, is our love. And I just thought that was so remarkable and so compassionate, because think about it. The creator of the universe, the only thing that it wants from us is our love. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? It's just like us. Hi, Auntie Doll. How are you? You had loads of plans for your day and didn't work according to, oh, I've had that day. You had to let go of your frustration and cry. I get it. You're multitasking, Karen. How's your mom? Is she still visiting? I'm happy to see you here. Yeah, I'm going to come over and see Stace in just a little bit. So I just thought that was just a really beautiful thing, you know, like to think that, you know, the only thing that the divine really wants from us is our love. So I thought it was great. Well, we made these today, these sort of ridiculous, you know, Barb, these could kind of look like your mandalas a little bit. We have these little painty paper ornaments. This one's made out of painty papers and security envelopes, and these is painty papers and paper napkins. The black part are those. How many of you guys get those napkins and you don't? They came out really nice. They do. I mean, mine aren't perfect, and these are just painty papers. These are those magazine painty papers. This one's single-sided. I did two sides on both of these, but this one's just single-sided. It's just painty magazine pages. But they have to be painted out on both sides. Thanks, Barb. I had never thought of it either, Barb, until I read that book. And the book is really beautiful. You should get the book. It's like tiny, teeny, teeny, tiny. It's called, my hottie says it's called How to Know God by Paramahansa Yogananda. Your mom's going to be there till the 23rd. Oh, good. Oh, good. That's so awesome, Karen. That's awesome. They are cool. Well, I was just trying, because last year we did some paper ornaments. I don't remember. I think I made paper balls last year. And or maybe, and then I made paper birds the year before. Because I have my own paper, recycling paper thing. But these, these are kind of something sweet. You could just pop it into the mail to someone. They're not so, you could stick them in an envelope. You don't have to make them quite this big. But you could stick them in an envelope and say, Happy Holidays. Oh, they're so easy. There's like, it's nothing to it. There's nothing to it, Karen. There's nothing to it. It's just, you got to be more patient than me. I'm not very patient. So, how are you, Auntie Doll? Happy to see you. Yeah, I made paper mache birds. Yes, paper mache birds. I made paper mache angel wings and hearts, and I don't know. You know me. I think I have a little dose of ADD. I get I get distracted. I go, okay, I did that. I'm gonna go do something else now. I have all my books in progress, and I got a bunch of bunch of things I'm working on. I am gonna try to complete some of them this, I'm gonna definitely try to complete some. Well, my lovelies, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I think Stacy from Pink Poodle Crafters is still streaming over in her Patreon channel. And I don't know if Maridel Abrams is, but she most likely is. You're good. You're busy with your daughter and her kids. Aw, that's so awesome, Auntie Del. It's so nice to be able to hang out with your family. So nice. And I will be back on Tuesday. I think this weekend you can find there. I don't know if Carla Cage Fish is going to be on Sunday, but sometimes she is at 2 p.m. Eastern. And that's Caged Fish with a K. And I know Jessica Rapp from Two Silver Oranges usually does a Sunday stream as well. Hi, Maria. Hello to you from Greece. Hello from Hawaii. I don't know who else will be on tonight or over the weekend. Unless Barb gets the energy and decides to do an impromptu stream. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'm sending you guys so much love. I hope you have a wonderful weekend if I don't see you. I'll see you on Tuesday. I don't know what I'm going to work on, but I'll see you on Tuesday. I might make some more of these. I don't know. I appreciate a thumbs up. That's always really sweet and nice. And you were going to go to... Oh, Barb, I would have loved it if you'd been on today. But I probably would have missed it because I was out running around. But, yeah, maybe you had a tech glitch. You can't have tech... If you have tech glitches, girl, what's in it for all of us? We don't have the technical department. You do. Love you, Lynn. Big hugs. Yeah, and if you guys go over and join our Facebook group, Crafting Mamas, everyone is welcome. I will try and you're going to sort out your tech and do something over the weekend. Well, then I'm going to make sure I'm tuned in. I'll try, for those of you that knew Sarita, I will try to find an address for her family in South Africa if anybody wants to send a card. Good night, Amanda. He's in Texas. The technical department's in Texas. I love you, Auntie Doll. The technical department's in Texas. Well, how dare he go to Texas? Didn't he know you were going to have a glitch? He needed to be around. You have to fit in between his meetings. Oh, I get it. 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 All right, my lovelies. I am going to go cook some dinner. I don't know what we're having, but it's Friday, and I'm going to go cook some dinner for my family. It's only 5:30 in the evening here, so the night's young here. Big hugs to you guys, and I will see you on Tuesday, unless the spirit moves me or I see you in somebody else's stream. Have a wonderful weekend. Be kind to yourself. And as always, from my heart to your heart, I'm sending you so much aloha. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Night, ladies.